Welcome back to Netflix and Chill. Today we're on episode 6. Today we're joined with our special guest reviewer, Kalen Artinian, who's an award-winning filmmaker whose passion is in horror films. So today we're going to choose a horror film from the randomizer. Kalen, are you ready to have a movie randomly selected from the randomizer?
Yes, let's do it.
All right,
let's do it. All right, Colin, so here we are at the randomizer. And what we're going to do is we're going to generate a random number.
Cool.
All right, so generate 97.
That was a good year.
1, 2, 3. Harbinger Down.
I think it's Harbinger.
We are aboard the Harbinger, somewhere in the Bering Sea. Behind me, a mystery. The contents of this ice chunk are frozen, no doubt caused by climate change.
All hands, front and center. We gotta get this ship out of here.
He's infected.
Throw that thing back! The liquid nitrogen is all we got as a weapon. We're gonna need a bigger bucket.
This was the audition scene that we had to do.
See, now it's like now it's getting good. Like stuff is happening.
Oh my god.
Are those dicks?
Holy shit.
Those
Is
are
that
dicks.
guy's mouth?
Dude, he's like coming out of his back. What the fuck?
We just finished watching Harbinger Down. Is it Harbinger or Harbinger? We don't know.
We'll never know.
but
We'll have
doesn't
to
matter.
look that up on Wikipedia. So it's about a bunch of people on a ship in, I guess, Alaska, an Arctic expedition. I guess it's like regularly like a crab ship or something. They're there to get crabs, but then suddenly there's like this like space rock, and like some crazy shit happens. A bit of like Event Horizon and any sort of like a lot of Alien, and even the guy who directed it was the guy who worked on the creatures in Aliens.
We're in a period now where movies try to be kind of cool and serious.
Hey, Bowman, I wonder if that thing can analyze a fart.
Lance Henriksen is in this movie, which is pretty much the only saving grace when it comes to talent on screen.
It seems like the budget was Lance Henriksen and the effects for the most part, because some of the sets you could even tell was like wood, just sort of painted as if like it's supposed to be like metal, but they didn't do a very good job of that.
The sets were so small that they were forced to do low angles on every single shot.
At least it seemed that way.
It seemed that way.
Get the hell out of my wheelhouse.
Certainly. Glob together and go down the drain?
I want you here on that hose. All right, we've been exposed.
You're the bronze, she's the brains, you conniving bitch!
I'd like to think that the cameraman is only 2 feet tall, and that's why it was shot that way. I think that what we should talk about the practical effects in this, because the creature effects are actually pretty cool in this movie.
Yeah, they didn't really use a lot of CG in this movie.
No.
Just maybe like a few to accentuate like the wiriness of like that, like the tentacles of that like creature.
It was very like John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yes.
There were like some odd names in this movie, like
This is gonna keep me up at night.
yeah, there was Odka, and there was Sven, and then there was
Pop Pop, yeah.
Pop Pop came up a few times.
But his real name, like, you basically
Raph.
don't even hear. We found out that from the credits.
Yeah,
it was Graf.
But when he first came on screen,
Guys, this is Captain Graff.
and we thought his name was Captain
They said
Crap.
like Captain Crack. That's what
That's
I
what it
heard.
sounded
I'm
like,
like,
Captain
what the fuck
Crack.
does that mean?
Captain's on crack.
The casting was very bad because it was clearly like a Latina girl with like a white grandfather, and it just didn't connect. Like, I guess there could be, but they never said like if there was like an adoption situation. Like
It was bizarre.
all across the board, the casting was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, and I guess any good horror movie is like you're just waiting for these people to die in like spectacular fashion, and I think that's where they sort of delivered.
Yeah.
It's just like all the deaths were actually pretty cool and somewhat unique.
Take it!
It is a lot like The Thing. You know, I think that's a pretty apt comparison because it becomes one of those like, you know, mystery movies where it's like, oh, this alien life form can like it can basically become anyone. Once you're contaminated, it could be you. So it's like everyone has to second guess like, oh, is this person that I'm talking to, is that really the alien? Would you recommend this movie for anybody to watch?
Absolutely not. I would never, ever in my life recommend this movie. This is like the worst movie that we have seen on this show for sure.
It's so bad. I hate it. I'm not gonna hold back, man. This is a piece of shit movie.
Yeah, I'd say for the same reasons. Like the only real redeemable thing about this is the practical effects, and like if you're really into that kind of stuff, it's pretty great. Like some really awesome like creature designs and just the tentacles is really awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would say that I didn't love it. You know, I think that it's a bad movie. There's no question. But I think that I would recommend this to a certain select crowd. Like, I think if you are a fan of The Thing...
Thing is a classic, and this is such a piece of shit.
I know, it's not on the same level at all, but it's like...
It's not even the same, like, you know, discussion. It's like an insect to The Thing.
Alright, so we've decided, obviously, it took us a long time. 3 beer cans out of 10 beer cans. I guess I'll go first. Here goes. Ah, boy. These cans are great. Ah, God.
All right, I'm drinking this Harbinger Down. I'm gonna down this can.
Got Harbinger Down.
I'm gonna Harbinger down the can.
Nice.
And down wasn't even brought up like in the movie at all. I guess it was just like.
It said, "Don't let your fears bring you down."
Oh,
Oh.
Don't let fear hold you down.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Colin, your time has come.
Yeah.
they look small, right? But they actually have quite a bit.
Alrighty. So you heard it here, Netflix and Chill, Harbinger Down, or Harbinger Down, however the fuck you say it. 3 beer cans out of 10 beer cans. Don't ever watch this movie if you're into like making prosthetic, special, practical effects, makeup and shit. Then maybe check it out as a reference point, but just skip to the scenes where there's monsters.
And Alec Gillis, all right, if you're watching this, all right, man, I hate you. You owe me like 80 minutes of my life. I want it back.
All right, so here we are. Thank you, Colin, for joining us on this horrible adventure.
Awesome.
Hey, if you want to see some good horror films, check out some of Kalen Artinian's work.
There's gonna be a link right here.
All right, remember, you people watching, we do it for you,
You.
and you.
Everybody's talking about Lance Henrik's son. Now the whole wide world knows just what he's done. And when he's done, there'll be none. Hey, the sun raised the one called by Henrik's son.
Captain's on crack.